everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how I clean my sensor. I didn't actually think I needed to clean my sensor at all until I noticed my most recent photos I've put up on Flickr, the ones which I was doing with Alonso Diaz, that there was like all these dust, black spots all over the images. Like, what the hell? I don't have like black spots on any of my images. What's going on? And it's because you actually don't see the spots that obviously unless you're using a tiny aperture. So for example, those long exposures I was doing, I had it at f22 or f32. Anyway, something that was really small. And that's where you start to notice the spots. So for example, just now, if I were to shoot, what you wanted to shoot is something that's totally white, or as white as it can be. And just now, I've got a piece of paper just sitting here. And if I shoot it at f5.8, this is what I get. And if you ask me, if we were to zoom in, I can't see any black spots there at all. No difference. But if I put it to f22, I can now see some dust specks coming up. So if I go up to the top, oh, look at that. There's one there. There's another one. So yeah, so you can see it, that's at f32 actually. And there's just a couple other ones. So I definitely need to do a sensor clean. Oh, now this is scary. Okay, next advice is, as usual, do it in a place where you're not going to have too much dust. So no carpets, no dogs, no shoes being thrown at you or anything like that. And last one is also wash your hands, because your hands have always got little bits of dirt on it. And I stupidly just closed a red door which has actually just been painted. I didn't know that, and I've got paint all over my hand. So I'm going to have to wash that. When I wash them, don't use toilet paper or anything with fabric in it. Like, use a towel or a cloth to dry your hands afterwards, so you're not accidentally dropping anything on the sensor. First thing you need to do is get your little air blower and start blowing away at the sensor. On the back of the camera, turn it on and go into the menu settings, and then in setup menu you have one saying mirror lockup for cleaning, maybe not, and just press OK. And when you press start, it gives you a little warning notice saying when shutter release button is pressed, the mirror lifts and shutter opens. To lower the mirror, turn off the camera. So if we look at the inside of the camera when we do this, that's open, and that's you seeing into the camera. That's the sensor in there. And what we're actually doing is we're cleaning dust not actually off the sensor, but off a thing called the low pass filter, which is a tiny little bit of glass which is in front of the sensor, and it takes away a lot of UV rays. So that's why with a lot of digital cameras you don't see any effect of using a UV filter on your lenses, because digital cameras already have something which does that, called the low pass filter. And that's one of the things that people blame for having slightly softer images. They blame that for not being quite as sharp as, say, film. And also, I think there's one camera which doesn't have a low pass filter, which is the D3. So that's why you've got to be extra careful whenever you're doing this. So first thing is just start blowing away. Blow it, hold the camera up the way and blow up into it so the dust can fall down. Okay, so the point of that was to just really get the big bits of dust off the sensor, the low pass filter. Then you need this stuff, sensor swabs. Now, as I'm using a 1.5 times sensor, not full frame, you get size number 2 of this. And this, in fact, there's not very much in here apart from all these swabs, just these little things. So you effectively have to be like a doctor, like a surgeon whenever you're doing this. You've got to be really super careful. So the next part is the fluid. Now this sensor cleaning fluid, is like super high quality grade ethanol, which is something which just evaporates straight away. But it's great for cleaning cleaning things. It's like ethanol and alcohol are kind of like the same thing. And what we do, just open this, and then open this. Try not to get any dust in anywhere. Don't touch the end of the swab, but just drop 3 bits of this onto it. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the 3 bits on. And just give it a little shake. Make sure you take off any kind of excess. And then you just swipe both ways with a little bit of pressure. Here I am, here's the camera. And that's it. You just don't use that again, because that's picked up dirt and grime and bits on it. And you just put that away. You're not going to use that again. Now, just go take another photo. So I'll turn the camera off, so that will close the sensor. And you can hear it doing its little clean there. And then I'll stick the lens back on, take a photo. So, sticking the lens back on, we'll take a photo, and we'll see if it's got any better. If there's dust still there, we use a completely different sensor swab. And woohoo, even at f32 can't see a single bit of dirt on it at all. So that is it. That's all you need to do. So the only things that you really need are A, a blower, B, these expensive sensor swabs. These are like super expensive. They're just like things that you stick in your ear, but they'll cost about £10, I think. Then the cleaning fluid, you've got to get the right type of cleaning fluid, so it's at the right perfectness for the number of pixels that, or how good your sensor is and stuff like that. And that's it. And it's just one wipe across the other way. And make sure you put a little bit of pressure on, so you're not meant to be just like touch, 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 touch. It's meant to be just like firm, strong, like you're doing it on a piece of glass. And then another good thing would be to give it a little blow afterwards as well. But that is it, and that's my sensor nice and clean again. So, whew, crisis averted. So I hope that helped you there. Cheers. Bye. Okay, just in case any of you are really bored, I'm going to do it with my other camera and just go over exactly what I've done. So if you know how to do it now, that's fine. Turn off the video and off you go. But I'm just going to show you how I do it again with my Fuji. So again, take off the front, get the camera so it says M up there, then go into setup. Okay, so in the Fuji, is that focus? What you need to do is go all the way down until you are in the thing saying maintenance, and then click along, and then go down to mirror lockup. Go along, then go up and press OK. So what we'll see is press the button. So that's us seeing straight into the sensor again. So blower from below, quite strong blowing. We're going to remember there's a little hole in here that sucks in air. So what that's again why you don't want to do it in a dusty place. Get a new clean swab and always open it from the other end. Sensor cleaning fluid, 3 drops, 1, 2, 3. Then give it a little flick. I think that's good. And then right in there. Really making sure you get right into the corners. Now these swabs are made to be the same size as your sensor. And then that's it. Don't touch that again. And then turn the camera off. So that's the shutter closed. Lens back on. Take a photo. And brilliantly now I see no more dust on my image at f32. So that is how you clean your sensors.